a first listen to Master of Puppets by Metallica. Okay, so this is the title track of the album Master of Puppets, released in 1986. Fun fact, this is the first metal album to actually be included or selected by the Library of Congress for preservation due to its cultural significance. Pretty damn cool, right? So this is the third track of theirs I have reacted to, with For Whom the Bell Tolls being my favorite I've heard so far due to its lyrical, dense nature and the atmosphere that they built. This is actually the aspect of Metallica's music that has surprised me the most, of how vivid and well written these lyrics are. I always tend to love very well written music, lyrically dense music. Now, this period of Metallica's output from the 80s to the early 90s is thought of universally as being their great period where they released their best music. So it would be very cool to see their evolution as I do all these reactions to Metallica music. Been very, very impressed so far, man. It's kind of broke my preconception so far, listening to Metallica's music. Other than that, I'm very excited to hear this one. Let's get into the music. All right, let's do that again. Okay, here we are with the Metallica reaction. We have the lyrics up too, and I have my stream here with me. Okay, here we go. That intensity. Ooh, I like the sound of this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna pause it there and give my initial takes. This song is so intense, man. Metallica songs are usually very intense, just like this. I think the intensity of their playing is kind of their signature sort of thing about the band. But this is on a different level, dude. This sounds like we're on cocaine or something, which is funny I say that, because I think it sounds like he is talking about some form of addiction here, something that is kind of sucking darkest clear, feeding on death's construction. Taste me and you will see. This was the line that sort of put me on the idea of this being like about addiction. More is all you need. It dedicated to how I'm killing you. So I guess that's what the concept of the track is, right? Master of puppets. So something that's able to completely take control of someone and make them into sort of a puppet. Really, really cool artwork on this one as well, with the Metallica and the strings and the crosses. Brilliant track, man. The intensity of the guitar playing and drumming, that's really where the connection is in their music. It's just pumping, man. It's pumping throughout. And as usual, I think his name is James Hetfield, is the guy who's singing this thing. He has a really cool voice, very eerie voice, which makes his tales, whatever he's telling, that much more sort of sinister. Let's keep this going, man. Let's back this up a little bit. Okay, some awesome lines I've mentioned before on Metallica tracks. Again, this was a preconception or misconception of mine when coming into metal music, was that the lyrics would be kind of stupid or like nonsensical. It's really not the case, man. The lyrics are some of the most brilliant parts of Metallica tracks. Some incredibly vivid lines on this one. Pain, monopoly, ritual, misery. Chop your breakfast on a mirror. This is a dope line. I mean, he's talking about cocaine here, isn't he? Chopping up your cocaine. What's up, Brez? Good to have you in here, my friend. Taste me and you will see. More is all you need. Dedicated to some brilliant lines in this one, man. Again, and they're starting to switch up the track. It sounds like they've added another part to this riff as well, keeping things interesting as we go along. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, a complete switch up. Alright, I like this. Wow. We're building up again. Wow. Okay, we had several shifts in there. That was an awesome break. It almost sounded like if the beginning part of the track is like when you're really in the sort of core or the beginnings of an addiction where all you can do is be addicted to the drug. That's all you think about. I mean, that's what the lyrics were also suggesting as well. Come crawler faster, obey your master. And then you had that musical section, that incredible melodic, as Brez was saying, melodic guitar section. Awesome section, which kind of reminded me of, like, I listened to that song Nothing Else Matters, which was supposed to be like a very dramatic switch up for the band in terms of musically, but I can see that this was kind of the inception of that. A very sort of mournful guitar acoustic section right in the middle of this track, which would have been like when someone is like nihilistically like withering away from their drugs. That middle section almost felt like that, and then now we're kicking back into the kind of manic section of being addicted to cocaine.
I've been after master, promised only lies, laughter. All I hear is laughter, laughing at my cries.
some of the riffs. Incredible. Oh, listen to that riff. Okay, something about the way that they mix their guitars, man, it's so unbelievably thick. And it has a special quality to it. I mean, they are a metal band. They sound like metal guitars, you know, like the metallic sort of impact that these guitars have is awesome. Brez is saying every song on the album is a 10, and that usually doesn't happen. Metallica have a way of making every song a absolute trip. They kind of squeeze out of their track every second of their runtime. That's quite rare. The same as For Whom the Bell Tolls. Same with Nothing Else Matters. I've noticed that with this band. Every second that they're on, the music is filled to the brim with musicianship, with a story, with a concept. They don't let any second waste. It's absolutely a journey on every song, which is very true, Brez is saying. I love that aspect of this band, man. They don't fuck about on their music. Listen to how heavy that is. Oh, wow. What an incredible track, man. An absolute journey. Every person giving their best. No weak parts in the band for sure. Just an absolutely brilliant track, man. I like the fact that he wrote from the perspective of the drug, whatever drug it was. I was thinking it was cocaine. It's really, really cool concept to write from the perspective of the drug, saying how he's a master and he's fucking with you. He's manipulating you to become more and more addicted. For those metal fans or rock fans who find this reaction, a hip-hop song that would be in a similar vein, where the writing perspective is from an inanimate object, is I Gave You Power by Nas. I check out that track. It's from the perspective of a gun. Very, very cool track. Very cool track. Nas is one of the brilliant writers in hip-hop, so check that if you get a chance. Other than that, man, I mean, what a journey we went on. There's so many different sections. You had that initial first section, which was just absolutely manic and mental. You had that unbelievably serene part of the musical, which then became intense in itself, and you had guitars come in. Awesome sound to the guitars. I'm getting a feel for the different albums now. I've done Ride the Lightning with For Whom the Bell Tolls. I've heard Master of Puppets with this, the album title track. I've heard their track from the Black Album now. I'm getting a kind of vibe of evolution of this band. People are saying that 90s and 80s are without a doubt where they've created the best music, and I can totally see it here. They've got their sound understood. They've got their sort of vibe of what they're trying to do understood completely, and they're really, really sort of executing on that. And execute they did, man. Execute on this concept of addiction, and they've done it in this crazy way I've never heard before, in this metal way. Brilliant track, man. 2 thumbs up. That was dope, dude. That was fucking intense.